Hi, Signe.
Hi, Timo.
Now I had in my mind that I'm going to tell I'm Timo, and then you can say I'm Signe, but now it went like this. But okay. But welcome to the little Keha talk session here at Valve. And I would just like you to tell a little bit about your piece here at the Keha Festival. What's the piece like?
Thank you. I'm here with a piece called Hands. It's the theme is obviously these guys, and also neurodivergence and disability themes. And inside neurodivergence also a high theme is stimming, and especially ones that one can do with hands. I'm drawing a lot of the material from my own life. Yes, which is intense, I will say. Yeah, that's like a very short introduction, but I can also give you more, of course.
Maybe like a structure of the piece, like what happens there. So if someone like listens to this and hasn't been in the piece or never will be, can somehow imagine what we are talking about better.
Yes, well, as a structure, I have used the structure of a memorial service. So it will have information around how my hands have been in my life, what they love doing, what they've been good at, and then sort of drawing from the past tense to what is now, and then to the future of what it will be, or how the life of my hands will be, through this form of a memorial service. And in it I will give a sort of farewell speech, and then also describe and show some of the things that my hands love to do and are good at. I will also show some of the sensorial experiences that I provide for myself with my hands to the experiencer that comes. Yeah. So through like quite sensitive soundscapes mainly.
What's it like to do this not on a stage for a bigger audience, but to only one person? How do you feel?
I mean, it's very intimate. Yes, I mean, quite a little bit related to what the three artists before were talking about. It's also a lot of storytelling in it, and speaking about something intimately personal to someone who is right there looking at me in the eye. It's really humbling, I would say. Also, it's hard to do it on a way. Like if you're performing with a big group in a stage, there's big lights, you rarely even see who's in the audience. So you just kind of have to imagine that they're there, but you're not really necessarily performing always for them. Yeah. And in this setting, it really is for the person who is there.
Yeah.
And based on how they react, and if they give micro expressions with their face, or if their body reacts, it also transforms the piece.
Yeah. Mm. And you have like things to share, and maybe themes not everyone is aware of what they are and how it would be to live with them. One important thing, there's this stimming, which is of course a thing that's very many people do, but don't know the word at all. So can you tell a little bit about the stimming in the piece?
Yeah, so stimming is a word coined by the autistic community. Coined means like started using by. So a word that was made by the people who it revolves around, which is, I think, pretty special. It is not a word that other people started using to describe someone else. And it comes from the words self-stimulatory action. So something that stimulates your own system, your body, your mind, your behavior, your being, that has no other purpose necessarily. So like really classic classic moments of stimming would be clicking a ballpoint pen.
Yeah.
You do it and you know the end of the pen is there. You've seen it 25 times already and you keep doing it. So there's no other reason than to the fact that you like the sound or you like the click or you like how it feels under your finger. Maybe you're sitting down to focus on something and you can't really move much. So this is keeping you perhaps alert or focused.
Yeah.
Or like bouncing of the leg.
Yeah.
If you have excess energy, but you have to stay put. Those are examples of stimming that many, many people do or see other people doing them. Or it can be something that the body does. It can be repetition of a word. It can be, sometimes I have kept a bottle of essential oils with me to smell them in situations. It can be basically anything you can do for yourself that has no other purpose. There's even questions if masturbation is stimming, or so it's really, it can be anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how do you stim in the performance?
Yes. Yeah. I stim in the performance. The people can also try it if they want to, but also only witnessing is completely fine. Yes, and I will also, with permission, show some of the stims or one of the stims to the person, how I would do it to myself.
Yeah.
So they can kind of feel, perhaps not necessarily otherwise, but sensorially, how it will be to be me for a moment.
Yeah. So there's like bodily empathy.
Yes.
That is happening there.
And maybe something else about stimming is that you can be doing it in situations where things are too much and you want to balance it out, or you're like overstimulated, you want to calm your system, or either you're understimulated, you want to activate yourself. So it's a lot about nervous system stimulation and balancing and regulation, and yeah. And also something that perhaps for me is an important note is that even though there can be these terms around disability, for example, or neurodivergence, and then something that's being called for is like acceptance towards these behaviors. But then again, like our access needs and our needs in general can coexist and be in conflict.
Yeah.
And that in itself is not a problem. I can be highly disturbed by the clicking of the pen, and that it can still mean that it's okay that they're clicking the pen, but in order for me to be in the space, or in order for me to focus, I'm gonna need to ask for them to choose something else to do.
Yeah.
So that yes, just the fact that it's something that someone else finds necessary or useful for their body doesn't mean that those needs can't. They can coexist and be in conflict at the same time, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in general, I've understood that there's like themes of neurodivergence in your work, and also like disability. And so what is important for you in these themes, or in how you handle them? And
well, in this particular one, I'm also focusing what it means to lose the ability to stim or to use my body in certain ways, and it was important for me to make this work right now because I'm at a point where I still can do it, and facing a future in which I possibly can't anymore.
Yeah.
So it was really at a timeline in which it is now or possibly never.
Yeah.
And also, to kind of focus on also an emotional aspect of a furthering cripness or disability that doesn't just focus on access needs or the actual concrete behaviors or what one can do or what one cannot do, but also to show appreciation for our bodies and for our capabilities as something that as time goes on, if we live long enough, all of us will face it.
Yeah.
If you live until 80, all of us, being disabled is one of the only groups of margin that we will all become a part of if we live long enough. All of our legs at some point, they're not going to work the same way, or our heads or our memory or our eyes. Like, we're all going to live through the loss and love if we live long enough.
Yeah, yeah.
So then to also process that not only after it's happened, kind of. Yeah.
And this is something people don't maybe think that often. So really in art you can maybe kind of maybe arise something in them.
Yes.
So that is feels like really important. And I'm really happy that you are here and really grateful. I really wanted to have your piece here. Maybe it seems like really feels really like personal, and somehow it's like feels important that you are like really willing to share something like so personal as your hands, and in point where there might not be that much time. So it's kind of yeah.
I'm grateful for the opportunity.
I don't know what to say at this point. Because this is like so like big themes somehow, like what to say after them. Have you done this piece now before you came to Keha? Is it like premiering here?
It's very much premiering here.
So you haven't had a chance to do this many times yet?
Well, considering for only one performance day, then yes, but no, not in terms of different places or times. Yeah, it's exciting to be also somehow testing how it feels and with different audiences and like for this care tour that we did, I was showing it to very young people that most of them have not necessarily come close to this idea of losing ability or just the fact that they will die one day, like the fact that we grow older and that means different things for our bodies is pretty new for them, most of them.
Yeah.
So it's exciting to be now showing it to people that most of them will already have a little bit of feeling like, things don't change the same. Things don't stay the same. Like my body doesn't feel the same as it did when I was 20 or 15 or all of these ages. So that's exciting to see how people will respond to it. And then also I'm looking forward to later continuing to work with the piece and also to show it to people who are generally very accustomed to these ideas of losing ability. So like people much older than for example, you and I. So that will be, I'm looking forward to showing it to different age groups and how it resonates differently with them.
Yeah, somehow this brings to my mind that it was really important to me maybe like a teenager. I had a chance to go to old people's home, like a nursing home. And at that point, my own grandparents were like in a lot better shape. And it was like it was somehow like shocking for me to see how vulnerable and old those people were. But sometimes that was like really kind of for me as like a 15-year-old person was like what is this that those are people, but they are like really old and like in a bad shape somehow. Like it was like somehow like, I need to think about this. And it was kind of like a short experience that kind of also like, I felt that this is something I need to be close to. And then I ended up doing the civil service in old people's home and doing the care work there. And somehow that came from the experience, this one experience. I don't remember what we did with our school class, but we did something with the school, with a nursing home. It was like, in the end, like affected my life, because then I went to the care home. It was really important to me. And then I wrote a book of poetry about it, which led to many things in the field. And so it's actually this one thing with the school actually affected me like a lot, like my life story. You can kind of see it. So yeah, single moments can be something that stops you. How has it been with the audience? How do you feel so far? Like, how is there something?
So far I showed it to 6 teenagers and a few adults that were with them, and then 2 of the artists that are here for Keha. And it was very interesting. Yeah, I think to show it to teenagers first, because for example, had I showed it to elderly, I think there would have been things that would have been new to them, but also like this idea of like you're losing dexterity or fine motor skills or things like these in your hands. I think I would have, assumed that they would have connected with that material. Whereas then showing it to teenagers, then themes of like stimming and neurodivergence is more the thing that's most likely is known to them from before. So I could see that they resonated with that. And then it was more so the questions around physical disabilities was something new to them. And some of them had questions, but they were too timid to ask them. But then I heard later from some workers them thinking about it. So it really was kind of, in a way, confessional in that case, because you're also presenting something to them that is new entirely to their bodies, and that they were really pondering about what does that mean, and yeah.
Were they like asking you in the performance or after, or like?
Not to me. Yeah. Very like just kind of ponderous and being there, which is absolutely allowed. And then of course, like I would see a little bit of okay, this part resonated with you, perhaps something is happening in you, and also obviously this is all like my perception of it, but to me it seemed it's possible that some of them were not used to the situation, but that some of the material stayed with them. Yeah. That some of the things that were said or some of the things that they saw were things that, maybe weren't super clear, but they will like be with them. And then on the other hand, when I go back in history to some things in mine, I could see, okay, like perhaps something in the dynamic between an adult and a young person is something that they then were able to recognize as something that they also are experiencing.
Yeah.
Mm. Yes. Yeah. And I think, in general, I think this was the first time that I worked with or showed a work to kids that were this old, actually, having performed for babies and smaller children.
Yeah.
So it was a really clear change of dynamic. Like when working with babies, they are like, their input is very direct. They don't verbalize it, but they're very like, they're not going to pretend to focus on you if they don't care. They're going to look this way and And we were really working in the pieces around them instead of having them stay put, so that they could also, the babies could travel in the stage, and it was just all the dancers and them together. And then later with the bit older kids, it's still they're now talking, but they're still very direct. You will hear them say like, can we leave already? Or how long is this? Or this is scary. Like they're very direct. Whereas teenagers are very tricky in that sense. You don't really know like what is going on. They might be like, I hate this, but then it could actually be that maybe they care about it a little bit, but it's not so cool, or don't know how I should respond to this. So it was really interesting to show it to an audience that you really don't, at least for me, I'm not used to showing artworks to teenagers, so it's really humbling, I would say also.
Yeah, and it's also like what we are talking about is that Signe was in demanding foster care unit of Hoivatie company. So these are also teenagers that don't really have an easy access to art normally, and also have a very difficult experiences in their background. So I'm really happy that you were there. And when I was telling about this piece to the staff of the Hoivatie about all the care pieces, we were figuring out which piece would go to this unit, and they kind of thought immediately, the person there, Pilvi, we were doing this, it was like that this would be really nice to show to them.
And I think also the themes, because they are so personal, it is really demanding also to respond to. Like,
of course.
If you are working with something a bit more external, like there's perhaps music or pictures or drawing or something that's not about you so much, it's a bit you have a layer that isn't so intimate that you can then kind of lean on. If it's scary to be intimate. So this was in that sense quite a deep throw in the water, and in that way also, I'm grateful that they were there and saw it and listened to it, and so I believe some of it for sure like stuck with them, or some of them, and that I'm grateful for, or just based on also the workers coming to say that they had some questions, but but didn't ask them then, and and also like just having access, like you said, having access to art and having access to some things that you might like or you don't like, but I also see it as a good thing or a gift to see something and then be like, that wasn't for me, and why was not that for me? Especially when you're a teenager, so you are not an adult, you don't have a lot of autonomy in your life, and even more so when you are living in conditions where there's a lot of care, but also a lot of control in terms of the living environment. So just having different simulation that you can have access to, and then like either you like it and you're like, oh, what do I like about it? Or, this was uncomfortable. Why was it uncomfortable for me? It already gives you so much towards whatever you want to experience in your life forward. And I mean, like even getting, it's like even getting kind of direct feedback. I didn't really get verbalized direct feedback, but also like I see it also as a sign of trust. Like if especially young people, if they're allowed in a situation like face to face, be like, okay, like this is making me laugh or whatever. I'm appreciative of that they are giving something and feel safe to say that or be that.
Is there anything still you would like to say? Is there something?
Well, thank you for choosing my work and inviting me to be here. Yes, that I want to say. And
Thank you for coming.
Yes, I'm more so wondering like what time it is so that I'm there prepping for my performance.
Yeah, maybe we should let you to go to the performance. Yes, indeed. Yeah, it's 5:10.
Okay. Well, I'm not late yet, so
Yeah,
that's
so
good.
okay, but we can conclude. Signe Levä, thank you.
Thank you so much.